I wanted to make this video because I feel like it is important to know more about me and just like how I got myself to where I am today. I'll try to include some like photos of myself if I can find some into this video so you can kind of see like a timeline of how I looked like when I was younger and all that. I really don't know where to start because I didn't really have a bad childhood growing up. I've never really been bullied except once, and that was when I was in 2nd grade. It wasn't even at school, it was at my cousin's neighborhood. They had this kid that he was giving out Oreos to all the kids in the neighborhood, so there was a huge line down in front of his door, and as soon as I got up to the line, he goes, "None for you, you're too fat," whatever. That was like the only time I've been bullied. I've been in multiple uncomfortable situations because I'm Asian. I dealt with, I guess it's not really bullying, but Asians are pretty blunt and upfront, and they will just say what's on their mind, I guess. Especially if you're fat, they'll just go, "Hey, you're fat, you need to lose weight, stop eating, blah blah blah." I've dealt with that my entire life. I attended church, and with church we did a lot of activities, especially during the holidays. I was always on like the dance recitals and all that, and the worst part is when they're picking out like dance costumes, not really costumes, but like uniforms. It was just always difficult because it was always hard to find a nice outfit because I always wanted to make myself look skinny. And I believe I was like the fattest kid in that church. It was like an all Asian church, so of course I'll be the fattest. The uniforms were like the hardest part for me because sometimes they would make like handmade uniforms, and I just remember they would always like point at me and they would be like confused with how my uniform will turn out. And so that was really awkward. But other than that, I've never really experienced a lot of hate or bullying. So I'll just start by how I rapidly gained weight. After I graduated from high school, of course, I got a car, I got my driver's license, and I just got my freedom. And so I started to go out, hang out with my friends even more, explore the world. A few months after I graduated high school, I graduated in 2011, and then I met Danny, who is now my husband, in January of 2012. And like all relationships, we started to go out and eat a lot, especially in the Bay Area where there's so much diversity. We just ate a lot. So the pounds kind of kept trickling up. 2 years after we were together, I decided to move in with him and his family. So I rented a room with him. At the time, I was working at a fine dining restaurant where I would only wear dresses to work. And because I was wearing mainly dresses, I didn't realize that I was gaining the weight until I tried on a pair of jeans again, and it was tight. And after I worked at that restaurant, I started working at Starbucks. And so, of course, with Starbucks, they have like tons of pastries and drinks and frappuccinos and all that. I gained a lot of weight rapidly because I started eating all of that. And I believe I was 125 in 2012, 2013. I was 125 pounds. And then by the time I was working at Starbucks, I believe I was 145 pounds. And then Danny and we joined this CrossFit. We did that for a while. I lost a good amount of weight actually, and then I stopped because I started getting that job at the preschool, and at the preschool I was working full-time, so I didn't really have time to go to CrossFit. They had a pretty relaxed dress code. I started wearing leggings a lot and yoga pants a lot and just like baggy shirts just because it's comfortable, and so I didn't really realize that I've been packing on the weight, and I got up to 165 pounds. And then during this time, as the weight kept on creeping up, I've always told myself, as long as you don't get to this weight, you're fine. And then when I got to that weight, I would tell myself again, as long as you don't get to this weight, you're fine. And so I kept on telling myself over and over again that as long as I don't get to a certain weight, then I will be fine. While I was working at the preschool, Danny and I were in the process of buying a house. And after we got the house, I think that is where I rapidly gained more weight and got like even more unhealthy. I had to commute for a little bit and it was horrible. I woke up at 3 a.m., drive all the way to my job where I worked until like 4 or 5 p.m. depending on the day, and then sit in horrible traffic and got home by like 6 or 7 depending on the day again. So because of that, I didn't really have time to cook because I was just too tired from the commute and working and all that. So during that period, it was just mainly, we just mainly bought food. It was McDonald's, Taco Bell, Carl's Jr. So that's where I gained a lot of weight. While I was working in preschool, I got into the habit of ordering McDonald's almost every morning. And then I got into the habit of doing that again when I got my new job, which is the one I'm working at now. That's how I got to where I am today at 200, not today, but like in like, what was it, October of last year, where I was 215 pounds and decided to go on a weight loss journey. Yeah, I hope I didn't really leave a lot of information out. It's just all a blur to me. Like, I don't remember anything and it's driving me nuts because I'm getting all my timelines wrong and I just don't remember anything. I guess I just like blocked it out. So I hope you all have a great day. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel on more updates on my weight loss journey.